Aquarius, how you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for dropping in with me today. We're here to do your frequency check. Just see what's coming in for you. Oh, I saw a flash of the Ace of Pentacles there. Okay, looks like there's some offer that's going to be put on the table here. We'll see what that's about in just a moment here. But this is for any significant Aquarius placement. If you have a prominent placement in the 11th house, or if you happen to be a Leo rising, that makes you an Aquarius descendant. So let's see what's coming in for you here, Aquarius. Looks like something's being negotiated here. There's another offer being put on the table. You're going to have to decide if you want to invest in this. I feel like you're dealing with a situation that's sort of like the cat came back the very next day, all right? The cat came back. You could be dealing with a Leo. I also saw a lot of Capricorn energy coming out in your pre-shuffle. It looks like it's a situation that you keep getting pulled back into, even though you know it's kind of complicated. It might be a bit messy. It could be volatile at times. I got this, okay? And you keep going back and forth on it. And just when you think, okay, I'm done, there's nothing more for me to learn here, there's nothing more for me to sort out in this situation, it comes back around and you get sucked back in again. Yeah. This is a Knight of Cups in reverse, okay? So I do feel like there is one person in this situation who wants to try to move things forward. I do feel like an offer is going to be put on the table, but the other party is like, nah, I'm out. You know, there is this sort of like dividing line in this situation at this point. I feel you could be dealing with a water sign energy as well with that Knight of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Let's see what this is, Aquarius. What's coming in for Aquarius? Tell us about this offer that's being put on the table. Okay, let's see what this is about. Ooh, coming through as a Page of Wands in reverse, okay? Fire sign energy, strong Sagittarius energy, but it could be any fire sign. I feel like there used to be passion for this thing. There used to be, you know, a desire to take it to this level, but somebody is pulling out. It's coming through that way, okay? Yeah, and this could be with a Queen of Wands, okay? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Could be with a Leo, really strong Leo reference here. Sagittarian reference too. Okay, I'm going to take this character out here because I will dig into this later. Yes, somebody's really hoping for a victory here. They're hoping to balance things out. I see that with the Temperance, super strong Sagittarius indications. I really feel that this is a situation where you got somebody here is hoping to balance things out with a Sagittarius, and maybe that's going to take some convincing. All right. They're wanting to heal something here, get things on the same page, iron this out. This could be somebody that you share a child with. This could be somebody that acts like a child, okay? Maybe they act like a child, but this person's leveled up. I see that. Being in the Empress energy here, okay? This could also be a decision to head off in a different direction as well. Maybe you're veering in a different direction than you were initially heading in. I feel like there is some conflict of interest going on in this situation. There has been time apart. I do feel that in this situation. There's been time apart. Somebody's coming forward sort of like squeaky clean. You know what I'm saying? They're like, I cleaned up my act. I'm a different person now. I've changed things. Coming through very strongly as fire sign energy in that regard. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, strong Sagittarius indications here, all right? And maybe this Empress here, because this is a Page and a Queen of Wands on the other side of this equation. Maybe this Empress here is sort of looking at this energy like, I don't know. I feel like I'm really strong in my independent energy here. I don't know if I want to entertain this. I feel like that really went left back there, but somebody is like, no, I've really been doing my work. I got myself stabilized here. I've been closing old cycles. I'm feeling strong in myself. I know my value too. Okay, somebody feels like they can meet you in this space. Could be earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay, but there's something here that's being brought to completion, so a new way forward can be seen. And with the world, we have the fixed sign energy, Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, you're right there. So I feel like this is an important karmic cycle you're closing up here. And we have Scorpio. And on the other side of this, there is some success. There is some coming together with somebody that you really want to balance things out with, I feel. And it's because there's been a lot of healing work done in this situation. And with that, we do have an Empress energy here. Empress energy can be a mother. It can be a baby's mama. It can also be a Taurus, a Libra, all right? So anybody who's done their work, they can embody any sign. The Empress, it is associated with Taurus and Libra, but the reality is, the Empress is the embodiment of all four queens. So really, it could be any sign. I would say this person may have strong fire in their chart, potentially Sagittarius coming in there, just with all the indications. At one point, you may have felt like this person was really immature, or maybe they think you're immature. I feel like there could be like a little mirroring going on here, but it does seem like both people have leveled up a bit. All right, earth sign energy coming in here with the level up, been working really hard on themselves. And they're wanting a passionate new start here. They're wanting to move things forward, hoping to get, a reset on this connection. I see that. They're hoping to turn this thing around, and they are going to take a bold, strong action. There definitely is a lot of passion in this connection. There's a lot of heat and chemistry in this connection. I feel like in the past, this has been what sort of blurred sensibilities, you know what I mean? It's like the heat is so, ooh, I got that vibe with it, okay? So it's because of the heat of the connection and the chemistry that sometimes, like, forget about it. Let's throw caution, out the door, and we'll just see what happens. But it ended up really creating a lot of problems, a lot of upheaval, a lot of mess, maybe even, some dramatic kind of situations. But I do feel like this is coming back around as like, can we do it? Can we balance it out? It could be with a Capricorn. We do have the devil here. I do feel like this is also a really challenging connection. There's probably a lot of push-pull dynamics in this situation, runner-chaser syndrome. And one person in the connection feels like they always want to be in charge. The other is sort of like supposed to just toe the line. I can feel that. There is an imbalance of power in this connection. This has been what the problem has been in the past. And now I feel like it's sort of like playing catch up on the masculine's behalf. I have to say, I haven't seen an Emperor show out yet. I haven't, but I do see an Empress here. So I feel like it's the masculine that maybe needs to get their act together a little bit more in this equation. I feel like they're aware of that, though, I have to say, and they've been working on it. They've been working on it, but there is a choice here, okay? And it's not so cut and dry. There's something that needs to be really looked at clearly, and there needs to be a wise judgment in this situation. And it's really kind of tricky here. Now, there is a desire for celebration, but I also feel like there's been a lot that's been hidden in this connection. It's possible that this could be like a third party dynamic. This could be somebody that, was a clandestine connection. Somebody could have already been in a relationship. This person inserted themselves in this scenario. I do feel like there's been a lot of confusion here, and definitely this connection that you're struggling with here was likely hidden, or you didn't want to recognize it as a possibility in the past for one reason or another, probably because it would create a lot of complication in your present situation. But I do feel like this is coming out into the open here with the moon. Could be dealing with a Pisces, a Cancer. You could be dealing with a Cancer, Leo, Cusper in this situation. Oh yeah, a lot of confusion here, and never really knowing what you're going to get if you accept that couple love. It's like, it's kind of like a grab bag. Anything could happen. There's no guarantees. But that's the thing, is like sometimes when it comes to love, people play it a little too safe. And because they play it a little too safe, they miss out on a golden opportunity. I think, I'm hearing now some of you are like, look, Rod, I threw caution to the wind in the past, and man, did I ever end up with a mess on my hands. And I do feel like that is the truth, okay? I do feel like that is the truth. But there is something here that's been hidden for a long time. And I feel like that's what's causing the problem in this situation, is there's just not like across the board openness about the true issues. And somebody feels really burdened by what they're holding inside here. Somebody feels really burdened by this connection. I feel that. I got that there's two camps here. And it could be two different sides of the story, okay? So feel out how it applies for you. But I feel like there's somebody who feels tremendously burdened by this connection because they feel like they're sort of just like playing house. Like they feel like they're putting on a brave face and they're sort of like pretending that they're happy in their current situation, but really their heart is drawing them toward this person. And they may have already crossed lines, I have to say. And there's something that is inappropriate about that, because if it was known that lines have been crossed in this situation, it would be highly problematic. But keeping this inside, keeping the feelings inside, keeping the truth inside of what's been going on here is also really weighing somebody down. And yet they're not quite sure whether or not they should invest in this direction. I got that there's another person in this scenario that's like all in. They have no doubt. They have no questions. They'll put everything on the line for it. They've been doing the work. They recognize that, I didn't leave such a good impression back there. Maybe they were acting kind of childish or acting out of, I just got childhood wounds. Okay. So maybe there was some real dysfunction that was present in the situation. It sort of got put on display. All right. And this person really wants to show that they've turned things around. They feel like I can fully invest, but the other is just really got more to lose. It feels like, I have to say, they got more to lose in this scenario. It's not so easy for them. For them to take a risk in this direction means they really are potentially sacrificing a lot. Stability, what they built for themselves, their reputation, all of it, all right? And so there's a decision here, like, do I go in this direction? And yet I see the passions there, I have to say. Is here is the King of Wands on the other side of the equation. And I love it because right here, what do we got? We got the Emperor, okay? So obviously there's been disappointment in this situation before. I don't think either party is totally like off scot-free. You both had your stuff, man. And maybe that's part of the problem, is that there's one person in this dynamic that's not willing to admit that, yeah, maybe they have some issues too in this situation. But that might just be the other's perspective. You may be thinking that. And the reality is, no, this person really did take things seriously. It looks like two people have been doing the work here. Two people have been doing the work. We got Empress to Emperor. But it's sort of like the burden of the past and the burden of what happened before. And I also feel there is yet to be like full disclosure about what made things go awry back there. That's the problem. Somebody feels terribly burdened, and maybe they know that they need to speak the truth in this situation. They need to come clean. And at the same time, they're really freaked out. Like, if I do that, like, what's going to happen? How is this going to turn out? Yeah, they're really afraid that their offer to heal the connection will not be like good enough, up to snuff, that the other person isn't going to take them seriously and is going to be shut down emotionally and on guard because of what happened back there. And in fact, maybe even something happened with the finances too. It's possible that somebody really suffered a huge blow to their stability in this connection. Let me see if there's any other details that want to come out here, and then I'm going to separate some of these characters out, and we'll see what's going on here, right? I'm not so sold yet. I'm not so sold yet. Yeah, I feel like there's a little sneaky activity going on here with the Page of Swords and a fair amount of strategy. I got the vibe here that there are, you know, two couples here. There's an Empress to Emperor, and somebody here has done a lot of transformational work in this situation. All right. And I feel like there's another person on the other side of this equation who may be a third party that potentially kind of keeps coming around and throwing sort of an unhealthy dynamic in this mix that's causing problems or friction. That's sort of how it's coming out. But I'm not certain about that. I do want to sort of suss it out. So I'm going to take this Page of Wands. They came out with this Queen of Wands, okay? We're going to set that aside. I do know that there was a connection between two here at a certain point. And I also want to get some details about the Empress and the Emperor. I feel like the Queen of Wands coming in with the Page of Wands in reverse, that's what came in with the desire to balance things out with somebody. I feel like potentially this is the third party in this situation. So let me get some details about this and figure out what's going on here. But I am going to get a cut of the deck, and then I'm going to pull out my shadow, light, wild cards, and we'll see how this plot develops here for you, Aquarius. Okay, we got a Queen of Cups here. Again, wanting this new beginning, also trying to keep, you know, their feelings kind of contained. This could be somebody who's sort of prone to emotional outbursts, and it really like stirs everything up and is very dramatic. Look at the expression on the Queen of Cups face. I mean, very tense, trying to keep it contained, trying not to blow their top because they know if they do, it'll really backfire at this point. That's what I feel. This is the person who's wanting to kind of like get things started again. Maybe because they see that, you know, you've entered into this place where you balance things out and things feel really stable and good. There's some healing work that's happened here. But somebody feels like you're not giving them a fair chance or you're not seeing them accurately. They really want this reunion, and they're working very hard to keep their feelings contained. But they are also, you know, pretty PO'd, I have to say. I mean, there's a lot of kind of aggression almost on this face. Water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This is, however, coming in very strongly as Cancer, Leo, Cusper, I have to say, okay? And that energy has been coming forward a lot recently, and I'm not sure why. And something's justice here, all right? I feel like there's some kind of justice here for the Empress and the Emperor. Justice, Libra, Significator. And right after that, we have a High Priestess coming in with that to the Seven of Swords. Again, Cancer energy, Pisces energy. And there is the Star, Aquarius, all right? So this is somebody, this water sign energy, okay? They may have strong fire in their chart, or the Queen of Wands could be coming in to represent that they were the other person, right? On the scene here. This person, all right, is the one that's the sneaky link, I have to say, all right? And they're hoping to get a second shot here. They really want another opportunity. And they feel like maybe they have to kind of like be a little underhanded in order to get it. You know, they might feel like they got to kind of do something in the dark. They need to kind of like slip under the radar because they want to have a new beginning here. Look at this. We got the Hermit to the 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. This is somebody that sees that you already have a situation. You're already living with somebody, or maybe you're in a committed relationship. You're really established here. Maybe you've even had some kind of growth financially. You really represent a certain level of stability to this person. I think that they feel very, you know, frustrated about this situation This person works with sexuality to tempt, and they do want to get somebody caught up here with the Eight of Swords. Now, for those of you that it resonates with, for the High Priestess to also come out with the Queen of Wands there, this could be somebody of the witchy persuasion, right? If they have been doing any kind of manipulation in this situation, it's to slow things down, it's to get somebody stuck, it's to create sort of a confusing element. And I feel like the confusing element is just them coming on the scene, you know, it stirs things up. So let's have a look here, because I definitely feel this is a third party situation, and I want to get some more details for you here. And whatever's going on here, there's a strategy in place, there's secrecy, and somebody is definitely keeping an eye on the situation because they want to try to tie it up before it has a chance to come together. And I don't know why I got this, but with that Eight of Swords and the Page of Swords coming in the way it did with Justice, it could even be that somebody wants to try to get somebody caught up legally so they can kind of hold them back or restrict them in some way from having this opportunity. Ugh, okay. We're going to pull out the Shadow Light playing cards and see what's going on with that. Oh, right there. This is Earth sign energy here. There's a financial piece here. I also see this as like the committed person, the committed relationship, you know, masculine energy, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We also had, where was that? There is Taurus indication with the Emperor, I have to say. Okay. So that pretty strong also Taurus indication with the Empress there as well. All right. Yeah, and this has something to do with commitment. It's in the shadow here. All right. Right behind that is the Ace of Hearts, also in the shadow. So this could have been, this could be something that's going on in a committed relationship here where somebody is on the side and they're interfering in a connection. This could be somebody that has strong fire, water, and earth in their chart, potentially. Okay. Interesting. I feel like this is already an established couple over here. They may even be married. All right. And there's somebody on this other side of the equation here. They know how to play to this person's sensibilities. They know this person has a soft spot for them. They're trying to find an in this situation. They want a new beginning. But with it all coming out in the shadow, I don't like the intention here. It could even be that this person really has their eye more on the stability in this situation. We got the Jack of Diamonds here coming up in the shadow again. Okay, look at this. This is a situation that causes extreme anxiety, stress with the Nine of Spades in the shadow. Yeah, this to this person, for you to be working with another that they got their eyes on, it's like the worst of the worst of the worst scenarios, right? It disrupts what they want to see happen in this situation. That's supposed to be their happy ending, not yours, okay? And there is this desire to drive a wedge between an established connection here, I have to say, with the Four of Clubs, or what is desired to come into alignment with. And again, there is this desire to catch somebody up with the Eight of Spades, right? This will come to light, okay? This will come to light. You know, this is somebody who wants to purposefully throw a wrench in the works because they feel like, no, that's my happy ending to this story, not this person's. So there's a little bit of envious energy here. And I think somebody's trying to come forward like, I've really changed, you know, look, I've done all this work on myself. This is somebody that they've had some kind of issue here. And I keep focusing on the cup and the way there's the lid on the cup and the way they're looking at that. So I could see this a few different ways. This could be somebody prone to emotional outbursts. They get really dramatic. They stir everything up. They might have a temper on them. This could also be somebody who acts childish, like they throw a fit, they throw a tantrum if they don't get their way, kind of petulant kind of energy. This could also be somebody that is more ruled by their passions, and they get very like riled up around that. If there's this piece, like if I don't get my way, I'm going to act up. And this may also be part of the problem. Somebody may be trying to contain this situation. Maybe they finally got things balanced out, you know, with their partner. If they were married or if they were in a serious committed relationship, they finally just got things stabilized or things are starting to feel right. And here comes this person on the periphery that's like sort of like coming forward with an offer to renew things. But there's a concern here because they know this person's history. This person could have an issue with alcohol too, right? Like I see that, like trying to keep a lid on, you know, going out and getting some drinks and getting riled up. In fact, this may be when this person's more prone to have these emotional outbursts, is when they've been drinking. This coming in. I got like a legal piece coming in this situation. Definitely third party here. So let me get some details about this situation here. What is this intention of this third party here? What is their true intention in this situation with Aquarius? What is the intention of the third party here in this situation? What's the real deal here? Give clarification, please, Spirit, for Aquarius. Well, we just had a shadow crossing card go over that 8 of spades and across the Emperor there, okay? So I do feel like they want to get this Emperor caught up. And what is the shadow card? They're looking to start some trouble. I have to say, it's got a little bit of revenge energy with the 9 of clubs. They want to put you in a situation, Emperor, where you're extremely burdened, okay? Where they feel like it's fair. It's like sort of like shoe on the other foot. You put me in a situation where you left me to deal with all this mess. No, it's your turn. I want you to understand what it's like to be in my shoes. So this person's coming forward in such a way that it feels like very congenial. But the reality is that's the end. That's why they're having to really like, I gotta like keep my emotions tamped down here. Yeah, and the reason why is because they're really sorely disappointed about your desire to make a firm commitment in the direction of the Empress here, all right? That's how it's coming through. So they sort of feel like if they can get you caught up, you know, with one thing after another, it's going to pull your energy away. This person acts up. They put on the dramatics as a way to draw your attention away from this person, this connection over here, that actually balances you out. It's really kind of interesting. And I feel like this is something that's on the way of coming in for you. Like if you had fall out in an important connection, you're just about to be at this place where you're going to be able to balance it out with this person. I think it's been a lot for you all. Like you both have been through a lot in this situation, but it does feel like there is something that's balancing out here. And right as you're at this point where it's about to balance out, maybe you're even going to like recommit, okay? This person wants to come around and distract and stir up drama. Maybe even because they know that then this Empress energy will be really turned off by that and they won't accept the offer. Ooh, that is really manipulative. What's behind that? Oh, yes. In fact, with the 8 of clubs here in the shadow, they know that that could slow it down, especially if this Empress, you know, is aware of this situation and aware that they're not going to let go. They might even, light trying to dim on this side. They might even want to give the impression that they're still involved when actually they're not. But if they can kind of like stir things up, it can give that appearance. Yeah. Yep, because they know that this emperor wants to make an offer in a particular direction, and they're preparing to move forward very quickly, and they want to shoot that opportunity down with the 5 of Hearts in the shadow to the Ace of Clubs in the shadow. I told you they're going to use sexuality to try to create disappointment and prevent this coming back together, this healing, this connection. They want to create separation there and imbalance. And I feel like with the 2 of Diamonds coming out in the shadow like that, this person's really imbalanced. I feel like they have the potential to be very imbalanced emotionally. I feel like their finances are also really fluctuating. And in fact, where you pulled away from this person, they may have suffered a big financial loss. Yep. Okay. King of Spades energy there. Yeah, you cut this off so you can see a new way forward. But see, this Queen of Wands, Queen of Clubs energy, this is the true intention. Okay. They're coming in the shadow. Their intentions are hidden, and they got their eyes on the prize here. And I think a lot of this has to do with stability, finances, wanting to have something balanced out in that area. All right. I just heard they feel like you left them high and dry. You left them in a really bad spot, and they feel like you owe them. That's what I just heard. Okay. There's not anything about love in regard to this motion at all. This is pure manipulation. And I have to say, this character over here, this Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, High Priestess energy, they really feel like you're a true manipulator. Like they see you in a very negative light. They want to present an image like, oh, I'm coming forward. It's all good. Look at this. Wow. The way the energy comes out, you know, the Queen of Clubs or the Queen of Hearts in the light. But they're making it out like, yeah, I really want to work this out with you. We can make it work. 8 of Diamonds in the shadow. And with these indications and this deck and the way I use it, if you know that this person is somebody of the witchy persuasion and you've been wondering if they've been throwing stuff my way, oh, yes, they have. Yes, they have. Because they want to pull one over on you. They feel like you pulled one over on them back there. And in fact, if you both move like that, they may have felt like you did something to them. And so they feel like turnabout is fair play. That's the way it's coming out. That's the way it's coming out. How is this going to turn out, though? How is this situation going to turn out? Let me see some details here. What do we know about this character here? I think I've seen enough from this Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups energy and their intentions. I'm going to do something interesting with this read at the end there. I'm going to take it to spiritual court. So we'll get some final verdicts in the situation here. Tell me about this Emperor. Aries energy, Taurus energy, okay? Somebody who's embodied the lessons of the 4 kings, okay? What's going on with this Emperor energy here? What's going on with this Emperor? Give me a true read of this Emperor's intentions here. I mean, we got 3 of Hearts in reverse, but in the light. So if this Emperor was involved with this person, they aren't anymore. And in fact, they're wanting to heal this connection with this Empress. That's what I see there. Yeah, they're really focused on stabilizing something, creating a feeling of security here. They know if they don't, there will be a disappointment with the 4 of Hearts. Okay, more details about this Emperor energy in this situation. What's the Emperor's intentions here? What are their true intentions here? Okay, that was interesting. 6 of Hearts, they want to connect with their soulmate. All right, they feel like this person is their soulmate. They want to heal this connection. So this masculine here that's done all their work and they've integrated the lessons and they're ready to, you know, really come correct. They're wanting to heal with this Empress. They know that they did stuff back there. It was disappointing, but they know where their heart truly lies and they want to strengthen this connection. They want to balance it out. That's their true intention. Okay. So let me see what's going on with this Empress. What's going on with the Empress, please? Give me some details about this Empress. A baby's mama or Taurus, Libra energy. Strong Libra with justice coming out with that Empress there. What's up with this Empress? Give me some details about this Empress, please, for Aquarius. Both in the light. Interesting. It's very interesting the way it came out too, okay? Because we got this big mound of cards on top of this third party, Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups energy. And there's a light card that landed there. And then over on the Emperor's card, another light card landed there. So it's pretty wild. Like, let me tell you where I stand with both of these people. I like it. Okay, I like this. I like this. Let's make it very clear. Okay, so for the third party, for the Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups energy, you know, I think they're just like, whatever, you know, you do you, you be happy. You know, this person doesn't wish any ill will, it looks like. I don't know. I see 10 of Hearts here. I think this person feels very secure in what's aligned for them. That's what I got. I don't think that they feel like this Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups is a threat. They're not even worried about it. They feel very fulfilled in and of themselves. And I think this is a person who makes wise choices in terms of who they come into connection with. So they're not worried about somebody stealing away, you know, their partner. They're not worried about anything that could be taken away, you know, or any person who could be drawn away from them by temptation, because the way they see it, well, that wouldn't be like the happy ending of my story anyway. You know, what I want wants me. That's, I feel, is what they're kind of saying to this third party energy over here. And let me see what they're saying to the Emperor here. I mean, they're saying, see, this is the problem. This is what I don't want to deal with in this situation with the 5 of Clubs coming to light. I don't like to deal with this energy. I don't like to deal with the combative energy. I don't like to deal with drama. I don't like to deal with all these other people involved in our business, okay? And they're sort of like also bringing this to light. This is why there have been problems in this situation. This is why I'm not interested. I don't want this dynamic. So I do feel like there's somebody in this situation that, you know, they want an Empress to Emperor type of connection. They don't want any kind of like polyamorous type dynamic. They don't want to deal with messy side pieces who are stirring up issues, you know. That seems pretty clear. I mean, that seems fair enough. Seems fair enough. And they are aware of this betrayal. So if this is like trying to be concealed from this Empress already knows. She knows about this betrayal. And this is why she has her guard up, okay, with the 7 of Clubs. And some may say unnecessarily harshly, like, you know, I'm not willing to tolerate this. But, you know, every individual in a situation has a right to determine what's best for them and what works for them. And it's like, well, you know, sometimes it just works out like that. You know, sometimes people fall in love with somebody who is very like monogamous minded, and the other tends to be more, you know, open. They want to have more of an open lifestyle. They want to have more of a polyamorous lifestyle, or they want to be single. They don't want a commitment. And I think this is an issue like that. There's 2 people that are kind of on a different page. But it feels like to me like this Emperor is wanting to reconnect with this Empress and like work things out. But it's almost like they're trying to bypass this whole issue. And this issue isn't contained. This person on the periphery is still a freaking problem. And that legal piece may be coming in because that might need to be contained. So it's not a problem. Otherwise, it will keep interfering. I feel that. And I don't know how that can possibly come together with that in place. I don't feel like this Empress is going to let down their guard and around that. It feels like it's like a deal breaker, I would say. Okay. So let's go ahead and do a cut of the deck here on this. And then I want to get out my final verdict cards. I feel like this is something that's brewing here. Yeah, I mean, we got the King of Spades. This is your energy, okay? And it's sort of like telling me you might need to cut this person off very harshly if you're hoping to really align with your Empress. You might need to be what you consider harsh, and maybe that's not your usual MO. But I feel like if you don't cut this off, yeah, look at all this coming in. You might need to take a really hard stance, and you're not used to that. King of Spades to Three of Spades to Six of Hearts, all in the shadow. If you do not do this, you will not be able to come together with the person you desire because of this third party element. It will continue to create a lot of confusion, a lot of disillusionment, and there will be a lot of problems in this situation. And it has everything to do with somebody's already made it very clear, I'm not interested in this. I don't want to deal with these other options in the mix. That's not what my happily ever after looks like, you know, even though nothing is ever happily ever after. It just doesn't work like that. There'll always be challenges in connections. And this definitely looks like a love story, a very complicated, messy love story to me. There needs to be harsh blocks put in this situation. I mean, that's just the way it's coming out. And if that's done, you know, the funny thing is there can be a total turnaround in this situation. But as long as things are being kept hidden, as long as somebody thinks like, well, I can just keep the sneaky link, you know, we can make it work, it'll be just fine. No, 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 it won't work out. And I feel if somebody's trying to play that and they're trying to present themselves as, you know, being a reformed player, like it's going to backfire big time. This will be totally outed. All right. We got this in the hands of Dharma here and karma. This is a little bit of Brahma playing some jokes, I have to say. All right. I mean, somebody may be trying to control this scenario, but this is a scenario that cannot be controlled, especially with justice on the scene here. Like something is going to be balanced out in this situation, whether somebody likes it or not. And any attempts to sort of go about things the same way is going to backfire really severely and perhaps harshly. I have to tell you, somebody could get caught up. It could go, you know, legal. It could go to a legal level. Now, this is what I wanted to see. We're going to do a little spiritual court with the angels here. Okay, let's see what the verdict is. Angels, what is the verdict for this third party over here? The Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups here, High Priestess energy. What is the verdict for them in this situation? How is this going to shake out for this character here? How will things go? Let's see. Will this character be successful in luring this emperor once again down the garden path? I don't know. We're going to find out. What's coming in here? What's coming in here? Let me know what's coming in here. Four of Pentacles, self-atonement, cures mental illness, deliverance from persecution. Okay, so I do feel like this is somebody who's been trying to heal themselves. They've also been trying to find their balance. There could be this piece, this individual is a little imbalanced. It could possibly be because of some addiction or something they're struggling with. I also feel like this person's been through the ringer in their own right, and it doesn't look like they've necessarily had the easiest ride in this situation either. They're just trying to get things stabilized for themselves. Self-atonement. It sounds like that's the responsibility of this third party, though. It's sort of like they have to own their part in this situation and recognize that they're not a victim here. You know, they were an active participant. And if they have been struggling with maybe some, you know, repercussions of what went awry here, maybe people, you know, kind of turned on this person. They've been dealing with some fallout because of their actions. I mean, that's part of it. There's something they need to self-correct here is how it's coming out. Let me get some more details here for this Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, High Priestess energy, this This third wheel in this situation at this point, it looks like, okay? The Empress. Okay, fertility and fruitfulness assures peace between married couples. Okay, so I like that it comes out with the Empress clarifying here. It's sort of like saying they recognize that they have to transmute, you know, their desires in this situation. They just don't want to deal with any further fallout. They don't want to deal with any further fallout. Whatever's going to happen here is going to ensure that this person finds their stability emotionally and mentally. And it also looks like the interests of the Empress are going to be protected. You know, there won't be any disruption to this healing, to this growth, to this coming together, or anything that's been built here. And there will be peace between this couple. Okay, so that's good. That's good. Page of Cups energy, divine comfort gives consolation and protection, okay, from one's enemies. So I do feel that this will straighten out. Let me do a cut of the deck here. The Magician, spiritual wisdom and magic helps one gain wisdom and discover hidden secrets. This energy is a little slippery, though, I have to tell you, because they're not quite done yet. 5 of Cups. See, because they still have this desire to create disruption. 5 of Cups with the Magician here. Like I said, they're going to ensure they're not going to be a problem, but they are kind of trying to put a foot in the door in this situation. They're saying they're balanced now. They're saying they've got it worked out. I just would be really leery because they do desire to create disappointment in this situation, okay? But I feel like this won't work. This won't work. They're not going to be able to hold this up. It says deliverance from bondage, okay? So I think there's a need for compassion in this situation, but you know, this story going forward here, there's only 2 in this story. Look at those 2 victory wreaths. With the 9 of Wands there, you know, you should hold this character here at bay. If you don't, you're going to disrupt your 10 of Cups, all right? There will be success and there will be peace and a coming together in this relationship, but only if this energy is contained over here and as long as it's really truly out of the picture. And moon energy coming in strong Cancer, strong Pisces energy here. All right, and it says right here, divine revelation reveals messages, has the power to destroy. And this is what I think is the deal here. This person doesn't like being told no, and I do feel like they'll threaten that. They'll be like, well, I'm going to reveal those messages. I'm going to let them know everything that's been going on here. You know, it's got those vibes. And so I do feel, I have to say, the Emperor in this situation just needs to come clean. And if you really want to heal something, you just got to come clean. You got to like lay it all on the line. If you don't, you give this person the upper hand in your situation. You're giving your power away. So don't act like a victim. You know, if that's how you're playing it, you're sort of setting yourself up. Come correct. Don't present as an emperor if that's not really where you're at. An emperor owns their shit. You know, they don't have a problem with standing in their power and owning where they went, you know, awry in the past and really, you know, calling it out for what it is. So if you're not really in that place, don't present yourself as being in that place. Okay, this looks really messy and it's still not resolved. And I do feel like there's this piece here that's saying this ain't going to be balanced out until this is dealt with effectively, completely, and it's really been stabilized. And this situation is not stabilized yet. It's not. And in fact, there might still be some contact here. There might have to be contact in this situation for one reason or another, possibly because of a child connected, you know. So that's an interesting dynamic there. All right, let me see what's going to go down for this Empress here. So just do be aware of that, Emperor. For you emperors in this story, you can work this out with the person you want to come together with, but you do need to get this interloper, interfere out of the picture, contained, dealt with, you know. And I do feel like if this person has something over your head, like they have messages, they got receipts, and that could really sabotage you working things out with this person, you just need to own it. You need to take the risk and be honest, or you're really going to sabotage this for yourself. Okay, what's going on for this Empress? Tell me, how's it going to turn out for this Empress? What is the verdict on this Empress in this scenario? Just to call it good. King of Pentacles in reverse. Like, they are going to feel like this person, you know, didn't really value them in the past. They may be questioning why this Emperor is approaching now, what they want. Maybe they feel like this Emperor's had some kind of reversal too. Reversal in finances, reversal in stability, reversal in standing. And maybe that's the only reason why they're coming around. So they already suspect this energy. Let me get some more detail here about this Empress. Yeah, and over the Empress, we got Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so this shows that this Empress has been working on something, maybe building for themselves some stability they lost in this scenario. Yeah, I mean, I think that they might be a little bit leery of that. I also see that this person's still kind of really focused on working on themselves, stabilizing themselves. And it looks like that is protected, all right? Give me some more information. Any further details about what is balancing out here for this Empress in this scenario? Because the Justice came out with the Empress. So what's balancing out for the Empress in this story? I feel like this is the person that was like cheated on, or, you know, sabotaged in this situation. Interesting. What flew on the floor in the crossing position was the Ten of Swords, the Star, and the Eight of Cups. To the Strength. Interesting. You know, this person may not be ready to balance this out yet, because they have a lot of questions about loyalty in this situation with the Strength here. And they might not be sure who they can really trust, who they can really rely on. With the Eight of Cups here, I think that they feel like there's a lot that still needs to be addressed in this situation, and a little purification of emotions here, and maybe coming up and out with the truth as well. And that Eight of Cups came right in with the Star, which is your energy, Aquarius. Okay. And it does say protects against attacks in the courts here, clemency and equilibrium. So I really think, you know, Strength coming in there, Leo energy. You could be dealing with a Cancer, Leo cusper. And I feel like it's almost like this Empress energy is saying, look, until you've officially closed this, I can't really take this offer. How can I take this offer until you've officially dealt with this situation? Because I'm not going to go through another round of that. You know, it says protects from sadness, gives revelations and dreams. So maybe this Empress tends to be a very intuitive person. Maybe they already know what's been going on here, and this person's not easily duped. They know that this hasn't been completed yet. So until a particular situation is dealt with and cleansed away, there's no way to move forward with this new beginning that's desired. And there is some new beginning that is earmarked for this Empress here. I see it. It's protected, all right? And it's protected from interference. And with the Four of Cups here, it says right here, healing capacity, protection from weapons and safety and travel, but it's heading south. So I feel like at this point, this person is not going to feel like it's safe to move forward in this connection, right? So if you really align with the Empress energy, this is your scenario here. You're not going to really be ready for this because you suspect that there's still stuff that needs to be tied up here, and you're not getting the whole truth, and you're correct about that. Do I think that this individual can transform? Yes, just with the Emperor showing up, it is possible, but not until they've effectively dealt with this. And there's some kind of false loyalty they have to this character over here that's getting in the way of this happening. I do feel like it can be turned around, but not yet. This is going to take a little time, okay? And this issue with this third party may act up in the meantime. I don't feel like you've heard the last of it. Let me do a cut of the deck here. What is the overall verdict on this situation for Aquarius? How is this going to turn out? I mean, if there is any kind of legal stuff, like it did show something about maybe this person trying to get the Emperor caught up in some kind of legalities or something, they won't be successful for that. That'll go in the Emperor's favor in that situation. All right. So cut of the deck here. Let me see what's coming in. What is the overall verdict for Aquarius in this situation? How will this situation turn out for Aquarius, and what guidance spirit do you have for Aquarius to make the best choice in this situation? Let's see what we got here. Four of Swords. Do what you need to do to protect against slander and impious people. And right there, we got the Lion, we got Leo indicator here, okay? And it also represents something in the past. And in fact, you know, look at that angel is pretty irritated in this situation. They about had it here. It sort of looks like you should have handled this situation a long time ago, and it hasn't been handled yet. And in fact, it is your mission. It is your mission to do what needs to be done to protect against slander and impious people. And until you do that, this is going to continue to be an issue. And on the other side here, it says Knight of Pentacles, light of understanding, acquires knowledge and cures illness. So they're oh, I love that. And right behind that, we got the Queen of Swords, which represents the Empress. This could involve a Libra very strongly. Queen of Swords, quintessential Libra card, coming in with the Justice with the Empress. Really strong Libra energy here, all right? There's some happiness being protected here for this Libra in this situation. Looks like super strong Libra energy. I'd be really surprised if this person doesn't have some strong placement in Libra in their chart, right? Either that or it's somebody that you were actually married to, okay? Because that's very much like justice energy, all right? There's only one way this is going to move forward, and that's slowly, methodically, you know, all boxes checked here, a sense of security established, and providing the light of understanding by coming clean, putting everything on the table, being very upfront, right? Because it says here that this Queen of Swords is going to acquire all the treasures of heaven and earth, right? And I mean, is it possible to heal this relationship? It is, okay? But it's not going to just be handed to anybody in this situation. Nope, nope, nope. You know, there is something that has been unhealthy in this connection. And in order to resolve it, there's healing needed. And this person is problematic, and something needs to be balanced out in that situation. And it does say here on the Sun coming up, protection from adversaries, rabies, and wild beasts for that Queen of Swords, Empress, justice energy. All right. So this person is not going to be dealing with anybody coming at them, frothing at the mouth. All right. And they're going to be compensated in some way by what happened here, potentially even financially, if something was disrupted in their finances or their stability, or anything shady was going on there in relation to money. I do see this balancing out here for them. So if you want to heal it and you want to work it out, all right, and you're the Emperor in this scenario, whether you're an Emperor Aquarius or you're an Emperor Cross Watcher, do understand the mission, and then healing this thing, making it work out won't be so impossible. But do look for a challenge coming in soon with this. I feel it.